Hey, so I just unboxed the classic Doctor Who Season 12 Blu-ray and did an analysis of the artwork, and you can find that video linked up above. But today, we're taking a look at what's inside the box set. What does the menu look like? Is the episode quality improved from the DVDs? What about the Revenge of the Cybermen optional CGI effects in the Genesis Omnibus? We'll do a price comparison, all to see if this DVD is worth the price of admission. So stick around, because all that and more is coming up today on the Doctor Who Guide. The best box set that you can buy for Doctor Who. Hey guys, welcome to the Doctor Who Guide, helping you grow your knowledge collection and connection with other Doctor Who fans. If you're new here, I'm so excited to have you. Definitely consider hitting that red subscribe button and notification bell, because we have new videos coming out every single Saturday. I'm your host, Alex Patterson, and I've got to say, I wish that the discs inside had different artwork. You know, they were all the same, and even though the artwork does look amazing, the individual artwork that you see in pictures of the UK set, you know, looks so beautiful. So that is something I wish was different, but overall, this set is incredible, as we'll see today. So the first question is, what does the menu look like? Basically, it's not the normal, like, blue TARDIS flying and doors opening to reveal the menu that we're used to with the 160 other DVDs. It's just a menu that starts playing, and it's a CGI modeling of the Fourth Doctor's TARDIS, and you get a lot of like sweeping shots of it. You get some close-up angles that really look lovely, and I actually appreciate that a lot, because on the DVDs you start getting clips from the episodes playing, and they're not like huge spoilers, but especially if you've never seen an episode before, you're kind of just like trying to hit play all as fast as possible. So I love that the menu is just the TARDIS, it's the calm sort of TARDIS hum noise, which really looks cool, and it fades between tracking shots with a golden, almost regeneration energy glow. All of the menus happen on one screen, so everything just sort of pops up at the bottom in nice looking text. So that's a difference that we're definitely not used to. Everything's on one screen, which kind of looks more impressive, and just makes things sort of less confusing. There is less room for Easter eggs, if there are any on this Blu-ray. I haven't found any yet, but I haven't really played around looking for those. But obviously the big question of the hour is that's not good grammar. What does the quality look like? Is it better from the DVDs to the Blu-ray? And I would say that watching it now, I've watched it from like 2 feet away to get a real close look at the Blu-ray quality. At times, there is a visible difference. That's gonna be my review. I know it's not stellar, but it's accurate. Okay, I don't want to hype up the quality for you, but I would say that at times it is visually noticeable, it's visibly noticeable that the quality is improved, and I'll tell you what those times are. But get this DVD for other reasons, not just for the quality, and don't hype yourself up too much, because I really don't want you to be disappointed. These can't be brought up to full Blu-ray quality, but you definitely notice the quality increase, I would say, from watching, going back and forth. Definitely on the themes, which is incredible. The themes look much better. That 70s diamond logo just pops off the screen. And the text, the credits in the theme, it sounds so weird, but the text looks incredible. It pops off the screen. You can see where they've cleaned up around the edges, white, and it pops. And if the light hits, you know, a character in a certain way, Tom Baker's curly hair, or maybe outlines somebody, a combination of how the 70s camera picked up the light and what the Blu-ray has done really makes those edges pop. And I think it looks a little bit much when you're 2 feet away from the TV, but so does everything else. When you're sitting at a normal watching distance, it really just makes the characters pop off the screen. So I would say that's where the quality improvements sort of stood out to me. Again, I haven't had time to watch all of these myself. I've only watched parts. The new added CGI effects are where the Blu-ray just absolutely shines, more so for Revenge's CGI effects rather than the arc in space. It just absolutely pops off the screen and looks incredible. They've taken updated CGI models of Nerva Beacon, of the Cybermen spaceship, and they've completely redone them, and they look so good. Like, the first time I saw the Doctor and Sarah and Harry Harry Jane. Oh. Harry Jane, that's an interesting companion. The Doctors, Sarah Jane, and Harry. You know, I mean, you see them floating in space, and behind them is this updated Nerva beacon, which looks absolutely incredible. It looks amazing. Because I knew that there were fight scenes between the Cybermen and then a race of aliens called the Vogons, there was a lot of gunfire. I was kind of hoping that they would like replace those with like lasers and make it look really cool. They didn't. It's just sort of bursts of air that are coming out. So I think that was respectful. And obviously they've updated all of the computer screens, which look really awesome, like a lovely just tone of like professionalism to the episode that really breathed new life into it, and it's just so exciting. And obviously they're optional, so if you're not a fan of that, you can turn them off. And then of course the Genesis Omnibus is the other big change to a story on this set, and that it calls it a director's cut. I thought that meant like new scenes. That is not the case. It is a cut. They've cut out about half an hour's worth, and honestly I had no idea what they would cut. They chose very well what they cut. I got to see it in theaters obviously, which was amazing. I got to see it with my parents, and my mom was seeing Genesis for one of the first times. You know, she certainly didn't remember it that well, and neither did my dad. It wasn't really fresh in their memories, and they followed the plot perfectly and really enjoyed it. So I definitely suggest checking that out if you want to watch Genesis of the Daleks, but maybe want to look at it through new eyes again. And another thing that we got to see in theaters were the interviews of Tom Baker that are included as a bonus feature on this set. We saw just like 2 segments of the interview, and I absolutely love them. There's the sweetest scene of Tom Baker where he toasts to the next Doctor, whoever that may be, and it's just amazing to see Tom Baker. He's, in his 80s, and he's just talking about his time on Doctor Who, and how it impacted his life and changed him, and how he got the role and everything, and his working relationship with Sarah Jane, and how he's seen how Doctor Who has affected so many people. It's really the highlight for me. There are also new interviews, which I'm sure are amazing, and so yeah, those would definitely be the interviews. The new stuff is very, very exciting. At Whoviener Jack on Twitter asked me, essentially, are all of the bonus features from the DVDs on the Blu-ray set? He was interested especially, did they just include the bonus features from the Ark in Space original release and not the special edition features? And so I combed through all of these discs and compared them with the DVD bonus features, and I have to give a huge shout out to Paul Smith, who wrote the Doctor Who DVD Compendium, which lists all of the bonus features. I could look at that instead of having to swap in and out of my DVDs, catalogs all of the Easter eggs. I highly suggest and recommend the book. It'll be linked in the description down below. If you use those links, you do support the channel, which is awesome. So I definitely want to give him a huge shout out. I can confirm that the far majority of bonus features are all on this set, and according to what they've told us in the listings, all of the bonus features from the DVDs, normal and special editions, are available on this set. The ones that I'm going to list for you now that I haven't found might just be a fact that I've missed them somehow, so definitely comment down below once you have this set. If I'm wrong, have I missed out? I'm assuming that things like info text and subtitles are the same. I'm also assuming that the photo galleries are the same. I do know that they are the right amount of time, and also things like PDF materials. They are available on this. I did say in a tweet that I didn't think that they would have them on this because it's a Blu-ray and not many laptops can play Blu-rays, but they do with the PDF materials, and if you have the capability, you can access them. So I'm not sure how you would access those, but I'm assuming that all of the PDF materials from the DVDs are on this, and I will say they have combed through very well the Easter eggs from the Ark in Space, and which are on both the normal and special editions, are on this set. So even down to the Easter eggs, they've included everything. However, I still couldn't find these following bonus features. There is a 5-minute interview of Tom Baker that is on the Ark in Space original edition that's not on the special edition of the Ark in Space, and I thought that was going to be a problem and that it wouldn't show up on this release, except that it's also included on the Revenge of the Cybermen DVD and is on this set. So that gave me a little bit of a scare, but it is actually on there. And there's a series of these Tardis cams. I think it goes all the way up to number 6. And Tardis Cam Number 1 is a scene of like this Cyberman head, this giant Cyberman head statue on this desolate planet, and the TARDIS sort of fades into view in the corner. And it's not that long, but couldn't see it included anywhere on this set. I could be missing it. but honestly it could be a feature on any of the Cybermen discs. It's not necessarily something that has to go with the Revenge of the Cybermen story. That's one of the bonus features. Another is an Easter egg from Revenge of the Cybermen, which is a BBC ident. It's 22 seconds long, which makes me think it might have been added to some of the other bonus features. I don't know. Considering that the Arkham Space Easter eggs made it onto this new set, I would assume that that's not something they've overlooked. So I don't know why, but I couldn't find it. There are also things like coming soon trailers that are normally on the DVDs, and they're for stories that aren't season 12 related, so that makes me think they'll probably be on their own seasons. There was the Arkham Space coming soon trailer, which is normally available on the Aztec Special Edition, so I think what they're going to do is put the coming soon trailers for the stories that are in the box set. However, there wasn't the Revenge of the Cybermen coming soon trailer, and I think that might be because it was more of a trailer for the Revenge of the Cybermen and Silver Nemesis box set, so it was also kind of a trailer for Silver Nemesis and not a trailer on its own, so that might show up on the Silver Nemesis season, what is that, season 25? Or it just might not be included because it was a trailer for a DVD rather than for the story. There is the Doctor Forever documentary, and that's not on this, and I think that's because the documentary is focused on how Doctor Who transitioned from its cancellation in 1989 and being on TV into books, and the sort of history of the Target books and the Virgin novels from the 1990s and all the way to the BBC books in the 2000s. So I think that's why it's not on this set. I think it's probably being saved for a future season. There's also something called Scene Around 6, and it's sort of footage of, well, it's not sort of, it is footage of Tom Baker doing things like, you know, visiting hospitals, I believe, and also turning on the Christmas lights in Derry. It's a nice little feature, except that all of the footage is from 1978, in between filming for The Pirate Planet and The Stones of Blood, which makes me assume that it's going to be on the season 16 Blu-ray set. And finally, there's a documentary on the history of the Daleks called the Dalek Tapes, and that's not on here, which, I don't know, again, I could be missing it. I thought I saw something about this set related to the Dalek Tapes, but I don't know where it is. It could go on any of the seasons that have Dalek stories. Perhaps it could go on the season 1 box set if they ever release that, because, you know, it's the beginning of the Daleks. Why not watch something about the history of the Daleks? Or, I mean, it covers everything, so it could be in the season 26 set. So, you know, those are the bonus features that I couldn't find, but I do want to stress that I found so many bonus features, and it was so comprehensive that I don't want to damage in your mind the idea that this set isn't complete. I imagine that those other bonus features are going to show up somewhere, and honestly, I could be missing a lot of things, or they could just be renamed. Now, obviously, this price is going to come down. I paid, well, my parents got this as a present for me, so thank you. And it was $49 in the US. And so that's the new price. This is a Blu-ray, so it's going to be more expensive than a DVD. So you're looking in the $30 to $40 range. So the 20 to 30 pound range for this set. Obviously, if you're new to collecting it, it's a total steal. But for people who are buying it again, you know, I think in the US, all you're getting is this, you know, a dinky sort of little Blu-ray release. Yes, the artwork is great, but there's nothing like really, like the first thing my brother said when I showed it to him, he's like, oh, that's not very impressive, or something along those lines. Like, you know, in the UK it looks much more like a box set, and you get a lot more, you know, I want to say pomp and circumstance, but like, you get a lot more bang for your buck, a lot more, you know, it's an actual box set, you get a nice pamphlet, the discs have different artwork, so this is all to figure out, you know, is this worth it? Definitely, because the DVDs of Robot and of Genesis and, probably not on the screen right now, Revenge, they are all rare or out of print DVDs. If you want to know more about what DVDs are out of print, then you can check out the video that's linked up above. I have definitely seen these out of print DVDs come down in price as a result of this being out. You're definitely seeing more season 12 lots going up in the internet. Robot you can get generally for around $30 because, you know, it is still rare. The rare DVDs certainly go up to like $100, and I saw the Web Planet must have been a joke listing, but it was listed for like $99,999. Which is insane, and they still had the nerve to charge $3.99 shipping. I'm paying you $100 grand and you can't give me free shipping? Anyway, probably just a joke. The Ark in Space, that's not rare. You can get it for about $10, $15. The Ark in Space Special Edition, it's surprisingly more rare and less readily available than I thought. It's around $20 to $30, which isn't a bad price for a special edition. So Entire Experiment, not rare, that's $10. Genesis of the Daleks, it's come down in price because it's, you know, it was rare, but now it's like $15, so that's $15, $20. That's quite good for Genesis of the Daleks. And then Revenge of the Cybermen used to be around like $70, $80, or 50, 60 pounds. Now you're looking at $30 to $40 for this DVD. So all in all, over $100, and this is half that, if not a third. So definitely price-wise, comparatively in the US, it is definitely worth getting these box sets. For me, by far the most exciting thing about this is how easy it makes it for new Doctor Who fans to get into classic Doctor Who. You don't have to get it right now. I wanted to support the BBC and support this movement by getting it sooner rather than later. You can wait for it to go down in price. Obviously, I haven't watched everything, and I'm certain there are many other treasures that I have yet to explore, but I thought this was an in-depth enough review for now. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this release. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!